Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, April the 3rd. The first and foremost, that we want to lead off with is we had some really tough weather yesterday, and we all know about that. But 4 counties, especially Fayette, Kanawha, Lincoln, and Nicholas, dangerous stuff. I mean, I remember when we had a derecho, a few years back, and it was paralyzing, and so thank goodness in every way, and thank God above that we, with 90-mile-an-hour winds and unexpected and everything, that basically we don't know of, really substantial injuries, and we surely haven't had a loss of life. And I know we are inconvenienced with, power outages and roads blocked and maybe some vehicles destroyed and whatever like that. But overall, it's a real blessing considering the severity of the weather. And I can promise you that we've declared states of emergencies, and we're moving forward with all of our folks, and we're on top of it in every way. But we're very thankful to all the great organization and people that we have together, and to be able to handle situations like this. So nevertheless, again, first and foremost, thanks to God above that we don't have a situation that we're reporting that's much worse than that. I've got a picture right here, of a billboard that fell, and these folks, were in I think Tudor's and getting something to eat, and praise the Lord that they were there, because this could have been really bad. One of the things that's really neat, and Randall Reed Smith is with us today to talk about it, is the murals that are going to be going up in the Capitol Rotunda, and there's 8 of them. They're stunning beyond belief. They've been down a long time, and we finally got our act together and got it all put back together. So nevertheless, Randall, if you'll tell us about this, these are amazing beyond belief. So tell us about them.
Good morning, Governor. I hope you're doing well. This is an exciting day for the Capitol. The Capitol was dedicated in 1932, and I have documents with me, letters actually, from Cass Gilbert to the governor at that time was Conley, and his intention was to have murals in the dome. There was actually not money at that time, and then of course they started the front part of the Capitol in 1928. 1929, of course, we had the Depression, and there was no extra money to do these things. So the Capitol was dedicated in 1932, 91 years ago. And as I told you about a year and a half ago, there were 18 governors, 19 if you count Underwood twice, and we never got this done. And I really appreciate you doing this, because we start now, the scaffolding is up. The first 2 murals will go up. We're starting with the history murals. If you look upstairs, they're like half circles or half moons, and they're called lunettes, and they were intended to be historical depictions of West Virginia. So those 4 murals will consist of Harper's Ferry, 1859, June 3rd, 1861, which is the Battle of Philippi, which was recognized as the first land battle of the war between the states. Then we will have a picture. There's Philippi right there, Governor. It's just a beautiful rendition of them coming out of the Philippi Bridge. Then we will have that Seneca Rocks. We'll have a shivaree celebrating our music and our art and our culture in front of Seneca Rocks. And then the last, what they call lunette, will be an interpretation of Distabar's state seal. And in this, you'll see Abraham Lincoln and Arthur I. Borman, Francis Pierpont, and you'll see scenes of Wheeling and Charleston. So these will go up starting now, the first 2 in April, then the last 2 will be in June. On June 20th, you will join us to dedicate these murals that were intended by Cass Gilbert to be in the Capitol. And so we're very excited about that. They come back in August to put up the 4, what they call pendentive, and Cass Gilbert called for allegorical. So we're going to do 4 allegorical murals. It is liberty, justice, commerce, and education. So everything will be done by October. And Governor, thank you for making sure this happens. I mean, consistently, we are one of the top 10 most beautiful capitals in America, and this just only adds to that beautiful wrapping of our capital. So thank you, Governor. It's a great day for the arts.
Much and everything. Good stuff. A lot of good stuff in West Virginia, and we're gonna leave here with even more. So that's really good. Really good. Now let me switch to our spring turkey season. Our spring turkey season comes in on April the 15th. It runs through May the 19th. I will promise you, with God's blessings and everything, I'm going to go a bunch of times. There's nothing like the thrill of hearing a spring gobbler going crazy, gobbling and everything, and coming right into you and everything. So, we have 2 days prior to that, they're youth days and everything. And so really the youth days start on April the 13th, and then on April the 15th, we're full-fledged season and everything for 5 weeks. It's a great time of year. You can see the whole world awakening at that time of year because, through the winter now everything's coming back to life, and so it's a great time of year to be out in the woods. And I want to say this, that we have a real special lady with us today, but with the spring turkey season coming up a few weeks ago, we announced the contest that we're having. That if you bring a child with you to one of our sectional meetings and everything with the DNR, they enter to get a big prize and everything. Now, what we're going to have is a guided spring turkey hunt. And then we're going to do other things, whether they be fishing or they be, the whitetail frenzy deal that goes on and everything all the time, every year. But we have a young lady with us. Her name is Zoe Teets. And Zoe is a real avid duck hunter. She has turkey hunted. She's not ever killed a turkey from what we understand and everything. But we're going to turn it over to Zoe right now, and we're really proud of you, Zoe, and we love the fact that you love the outdoors, and it's just great. It's just great. So Zoe, talk to us.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for Thank you for putting me here.
Zoe, listen. Don't be nervous now, for crying out loud. I know you're not nervous when you're duck hunting and everything.
No.
But and then what about this big turkey hunt you're going to go on? That'll be fun, won't it?
Yeah, I'm super excited about that.
Well, I'll tell you now, when you kill a great big turkey, I understand you're a heck of a shot too, but when you kill a great big gobbler, you've got to send me a picture of it. You got to promise to do that, okay?
Well.
All right, listen, I tell you, I'm really proud of you. So it's wonderful that you enjoy the outdoors, and it's neat stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it really is.
All right, now I'm counting on that picture to come.
All right. Thank
Right,
you.
be good. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
You did good.
We've got Brett McMillian with us, but Brett, tell us a little bit more about this special hunt that we got coming up.
Well, thank you, Governor. It sure is going to be an awesome opportunity, and I thank you for letting us do this program. We've got that partnership with Whitetail Frenzy, and we started talking about what are we going to do this season coming up. And, the focus, as you've said many times, need to be on the youth, getting more involved. So Kenny Davis and I were sitting in a room, and we said, we've got a brand new WMA in Madison. And he had done such a great job with our Mountaineer Challenge Academy kids last season that I thought we have just got to expand this program more. So the idea generated of this turkey hunt on this new WMA, we were able to find a piece of private property right adjacent to it that's going to be our base camp. And there's a nice stream running through it, so we're going to stock that with trout. So the winners will show up on Friday afternoon, evening. We'll do a get used to your shotgun, make sure they're geared up. We'll provide all those items for them. We're going to have a great dinner. a campfire. We'll have our naturalists from Chief Logan State Park do some of the black light programs at night. Get up, go on that guided turkey hunt with the Whitetail Frenzy staff, our natural resource police officers. Gosh, the line of volunteers we had for this program would stretch around the world, it seems like. Everyone's just dying to get into this program. Take them out for the hunt, hopefully come back successfully. Of course, Governor, as you know, any hunt's successful. And then we'll start the trout fishing. We'll do fly and spinning instruction. And then we'll repeat the program, the same thing that Saturday evening. And if the youth would like to stay that second night, we'll certainly provide an opportunity for a second hunt on Sunday morning on this new WMA. So it's going to be a dandy, and we're just so excited. The smile that was on your face when you talked about turkey hunting is just exactly what we want to get to these youth today. So, Governor, I couldn't be happier of what you've done for us.
No, Brett, thank you so much, all of y'all, everybody that's included in all this and all the great stuff that we're doing in the DNR and everything. It's really, really neat stuff, and it brings so much interest to West Virginia. Really and true, the eyes of the world are on West Virginia. Well, why are they the eyes of the world on West Virginia? First and foremost, it's our beauty. And absolutely, this is just another step in everything about West Virginia that makes us who we are, and it makes us be able to touch the soul of a lot of others. So thank you so much, and let's just keep doing it. But let me switch channels to this. Our Water Development Authority, we have some announcements. We have 18 new projects that we're approving, a total of $38 million. This makes a total, so far of that we've put in $427 million and spun that into $1.8 billion of projects in West Virginia, where 600,000 people have benefited directly from all these different projects that we're doing. And boy, they were so badly needed. Ann Erling has done a phenomenal job, and all the folks at EEGF have what a job they've done, and that's the Economic Enhancement Grant Fund folks and everything. So we thank everybody, and we're just going to keep at it. We're just going to keep doing more and more and more. We thank the legislature for stepping up and helping us along the way, but boy, what a job Ann Erling's done, and we can't thank her enough. We had some really good numbers. February, didn't come in all that hot, and everybody was, antennas up, and everybody was all concerned, and we tried to tell them, calm down, for God's sakes a living. We got this. Calm down. Just calm down. Well, March's collections came in at $94.8 million, above estimates and everything. It puts us to where we are right today at $522.9 million above estimates for the year, and months to go. So with all that being said, with 3 months to go, we're gunning right in on $700 million, could even be more than that. Considering, we did an incredible tax cut last year and everything, put $750 million back in the hands of our people, and now we're going to still end up with $700 million or they're close to it or more, in surplus again this year. Absolutely, we can't say anything except one thing. We've got the state cooking. That's all there is to it, and we want to just keep it moving and keep it moving in a really, really positive way. Let me see if I've got one more thing, and that is just to remind everybody that we continue, through our Department of Transportation to get after these potholes, and the Rest in Peace Potholes program has now fixed 75,000. I can't believe this number is just gigantic. 75,517 potholes on 5,838 miles of road. Way to go, guys. Great work. That's all I've got right now. We'll take your questions.
All right, thank you, Governor. Let's now turn to questions from the media. First up today, Charles Young with WV News.
Hi, this is Charles Young with WV News. Governor, my question is about our revenue numbers and looking ahead just a little bit. I know Senate President Craig Blair has talked about potentially delaying the next trigger for an additional personal income tax cut. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think we're ready for another one this summer, given what the numbers look like now? Thank you.
Well, Charles, since I walked in the door, we've cut taxes now 24 times. Cut taxes 24 times. It's amazing. But let's do it again. I mean, let's just keep doing it. The more money we put in the hands of our people, it's their money in the first place. But the more money we put in the hands of our people, the better things happen. That's all there is to it. And absolutely, as fast as we possibly can, what we need to do in this state, can you imagine what growth levels we would have in this state if we had no personal income tax? I have been an advocate for no personal income tax forever. At the end of the day, we couldn't do it. We couldn't afford to do it, and we still want to mind the store and do it properly. Now, Charles, you've seen everything that I've done. I mean, honestly, let's be really fair. We have looked after and minded the store exactly how we should. We've done it and done it and done it and done it. You know, I do not think that we need to delay the trigger. Let's go on with it. I mean, come on, let's go. You know, this business of sitting around, the sky's falling and everything, and who knows? I mean, for crying out loud, you know, I'm not going to be your governor, but you can say that while I was your governor, we looked after the economics and grew the economics, and lo and behold, this is where we are right now. I can't sit on my hands and say, you know, well, let's absolutely just twiddle our thumbs and you know, till we're absolutely so certain and everything else. Do we all not believe that the more we cut income tax, the more people will come? And the more people that come, the better things are going to be. So I'd say let's go.
All right, thank you, Charles. Let's now go to Curtis Johnson with WSAZ.
Hey, good morning or good afternoon, Governor. Now, great to see you today. Governor, I have questions about the state of emergency. Two things. Number one, how is the state helping those who are displaced by the storm? Secondly, there are no doubt people who sustained storm damage yesterday who live outside of your state of emergency. Many of them may wonder, why not us? So can you explain a little bit about why you chose some counties and not others?
Well, Curtis, first of all, you know, we just don't want to pass out states of emergencies, you know, on everything all over the place at all times. We surely absolutely understand wholeheartedly that we have a continual request, and we're going through the evaluation of do we broaden the state of emergency. But really and truly, we want to do it, and we want to be prudent about how we do this, you know. And we can add others at a later time. But you know, Curtis, I'll assure you just this, that all of my people know, you know, that if they bring me the request to move things to a state of emergency from a state of preparedness or whatever it may be, if they bring that to me, I move. But I have all the confidence in the world in them that they're doing the proper evaluation, and they're not sitting on their hands, they're evaluating. You know, and you know, emergency management and all those folks are working with us nonstop to evaluate, you know, and assess the situation in the counties. And as we move forward, if we need to bring or broaden that, you know, that net, we'll sure do that.
All right, thank you, Curtis. Let's now go to Brad McElhaney with West Virginia Metro News.
Hi, Governor. I'm interested in your reasoning for letting a bill that made changes to West Virginia's unemployment trust fund go into law without signing it, the unemployment system. Obviously, you didn't veto it either. Your administration, through Workforce West Virginia, seemed to indicate in legislative testimony that changes to the system are necessary to shore up West Virginia's unemployment compensation trust fund. Do you support the changes in the unemployment bill, or are you wary of the bill's approach, or are you just neutral? Thank you.
Brad, I thought a lot about this, and there's a lot of different facets here to think about, to consider, and I'm going to try to touch on some of them at least with you. But this bill didn't do much, and we all know that as we go forward, there's going to be a lot more that has to be done, and so that's one thing. I don't think this bill is a bad bill, or I would have vetoed it. I think it's okay. It basically only freezes the amount of the benefits and freezes what's going to the employer or what the employer's obligation is. But we all know that there's a great deal that still we've got to get to. And so we're going to have to revisit this a whole lot more. The other thing about it, Brad, that I thought was a little tough is, with the Appalachian wood product situation that just happened and a layoff of maybe, I don't know if thousands is the right word, but 1,000 people, considering all the different folks that are the loggers or whatever it may be, and then the Cleveland Cliffs situation in Weirton that we just went through. It seemed like that this was just kind of maybe bad timing, maybe rubbing it in those people's face and everything, and so it just didn't feel real great, in regard to that. There's surely not a crisis at the moment that we had to react and do something right now. Basically from my standpoint, I surely didn't feel bad about it, to the tune of thinking that a veto was necessary, but I just didn't feel good about it, so that's why I just wanted to just step aside and let it go to law.
All right, thanks, Brad. Governor, back to you.
Well, let me just check, again, for all those folks that were involved in this terrible windstorms and everything, please just do this. Just please do this. Check on your neighbors. Do the great stuff that we do all the time. Just call and check on your neighbors, and or go see them and make sure that they're okay. From time to time we have some really bad stuff as far as weather in West Virginia, but we just deal with it and we go on. Thank goodness we don't know of any reported, significant injuries or deaths, but please just check on one another. From the murals that, Randall Reed Smith talked about in the rotunda, it'll be beautiful beyond belief. I tell everybody, be careful turkey hunting. A lot of people get so excited and so jacked up and everything, really and truly, big turkeys gobbling and everything, and people are out there in full camouflage and, not a whole lot of blaze orange going on and everything. It's just be really careful, really, really careful, because you could have a terrible accident, and you could think, that, you're hearing something, a turkey call, and you think you see the turkey when you're really seeing another hunter, and, a terrible accident could, occur, and so be really careful. And Zoe, congratulations, and way to go, Ann Erling, and way to go, Larry Pack, and all the people that put together the numbers for our revenue. And let's just keep going, West Virginia. Keep doing it, man. I tell you, I love it. I love it. Let's go.